Lane here for this new moon in Scorpio on November 1st. Um, Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for um, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. So basically, today I'll go into some messages that I received, and then we'll look at the cards, and then do a quick clearing of energy and visualization. So, the first thing I wanted to talk about was a kind of it's a story, but it kind of made me think, or kind of gave me a download of some sort. And we'll see when I actually look at the cards. So I went out to my car to take a trip to run an errand real quick, and my car literally had spider webs all over it from like the bumper to bumper basically. And so I said sorry to the spider, knocked the webs down, got in my car, drove to my destination. When I got out, I actually, after I got out and had already exited the car, I felt like the webs kind of on my arm, and I started, you start trying to pull it off, and but it just kept getting worse, and I kind of just laughed it off and did what I could. And then when I returned to my car again, the webs were like, I don't know, it looked like kind of kind of costume mask, Halloween decorations, and I was just like, what is happening? And started knocking them off, and the more I tried, the more it seemed to get worse versus doing anything actually. So then I just kind of was like, well, I did the best I can, and I gotta move on and not sit here fighting it because I'm just making it worse. And it kind of like something clicked in my head as, or I got the download. However, it just popped in, and it was just like, we go through these periods of being stuck, or a slowdown, and because we've become so hyper basically that we feel like we constantly need to be moving. If there is a second delay, then it's like meltdown time. And it just it kind of made me think of, there are times that you're just supposed to be kind of delayed, or there are times that you have to have a slower period, or that you are a little stuck, but you sit there and fighting with whatever it is versus actually going within, making the plan and trying to execute it. And there's times where there's just, you're supposed to just chill, and I think that, because actually when I stopped fighting the spider web is when it kind of stopped, and I was fine, and nothing was, it didn't slow me down. We were, me and the spider web were fine. But that just, I think that was also a message, and it felt right to um, share it and feel more like a collective message, because it is, we do rush, we try to hurry, and when there are periods of stillness, we kind of, we try to fill it up with other things, and it's like, maybe you're just supposed to be still, maybe you're not supposed to be fighting it. And I'm not one to be like, well, if you're stuck, figure it out, or like try to stay there being stuck. But maybe there's a reason that you're stuck, and it's kind of, instead of fighting it and wasting all that energy, maybe go within and see what actually needs to change in order to get that momentum. And also, sometimes, there are times where there's best laid plans, are completely blow up in your face, and you have to um, change based on that. And then there's also times where you just take that leap of faith and don't know what the fuck you're doing, and it all works out. So I don't know. There's something there about taking your time and not fighting so many things. And if there is something that you meet resistance to, examine it, like slow down in that moment and examine it versus trying to plow through it, trying to fight through it, trying to do too many things to get through it. And I definitely feel like that was also part of the collective I don't know why I said memory, but message. And there was also like, for these layers of struggles that you may be going through or may be hitting, or these walls that you may be hitting, and instead of immediately trying to like jump over them or pivot or do anything, I think Scorpio season is definitely asking us to go within, see what changes we can make, why is our trigger to immediately try to jump over or escape or whatever action that we like. Once that block comes, whatever our reaction is, and to really examine that and see where exactly we actually need to go and what changes we need to do and how does that make us feel, because there was also it's like the relationships that you have internally, there are the microscopic relationships that then kind of flow out through us and create our relationships with the others around us. And then I believe it's also like our relationship with the universe in a um, microscopic scale of, this is how this is the energy that we put out, and then this is what the universe feeds us or gives us, because it's based off of what we are feeling internally and what we believe or don't believe that we are capable of, or what we're worth essentially, or what we deserve. So I definitely, I don't know, that was kind of a lot. So um, I'm just going to sit with it and make sure that I don't have anything else. I'm feeling okay. So, or that there's nothing more I should say on these subjects, and to give yourself space, give yourself space to examine and go through these layers, and it's not always easy. So we'll look at the cards real quick. So we got consciousness for, I asked for the activations this week, and we got tantric journey, which I have the book to the side because I needed to read that. So 17, consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus on our attention on all the multi-dimension aspects. Multiple dimensional acts. I'm not going to be able to say it at once. Okay, aspects that show up so that you can include them in our reality. So this is kind of, this is your mindfulness, this is your awareness, this is it's just bringing me back to the spider. And if you want to look up spider symbolism, if that makes sense to you, and then tantric journey, and consciousness is 17 and tantric journey is 42, and the frequency of tantric journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that is we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experience with ourselves and with another. So to me, these together is kind of like that relationship that I was talking about. And it's also like this is the thoughts and awareness, and this is the senses of that we have as a human body. You know, we are a soul experiencing a human life, and you know, with these we have extra senses, and we are always, yes, a soul, but we're also supposed to be here living our lives and feeling these senses and feelings and whatever else comes with them. And I'm going to read a portion of the book because it defines tantric. So the word tantric, tantra, sorry, can be translated is to that which goes on expanding. It primarily uses the senses as a pathway toward focusing the mind and ultimately letting go of the mind to reach a state of internal oneness. So it's, you know, our consciousness, our thoughts really create our surroundings, our everything. And you know, our minds is what either lets us expand or does not, you know. And it's for you to be mindful, and even myself, when I say these things, these sometimes these messages are for me as well, you know, that you are capable, and the limitations that you put on yourself are really something that are internal. They may have been external too. Somebody may have told you, but it took something inside yourself hearing that and then believing it as well, and not moving past it. And you know, it Scorpio season is here for, or we're here in the Scorpio season to re-examine these things, our consciousness, our sensations, and how we want to continue having our experiencing, you know. And the next card is Perseverance. And this is just, you know, this is just, it makes me feel like believing in yourself and just doing you and showing up for yourself. And you can show up for others, but like I said before, you know, it really starts within to go without. And this is how we create, and this is like believing in yourself, stepping into your power. You know, if you're doing something that you know, that is not the norm, or you believe in something but other people are maybe telling you that no, that's not something you should be doing, you know, continuing and doing it, and basically walking your walk versus, and living your life versus letting others dictate that to you. And then I've been liking these lesson cards. I have a mess over here. Soul's Journey lesson card. So I pulled 3, came out. So the lesson that I asked for this new moon is discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. And that brings me back to the consciousness. And then we have health. I will honor the physical vessel and that enshrines my soul. That just makes me think of the tantric journey. You know, this is the sensations that that we're living, you know. And then empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of the situation. And I think that just goes back to kind of what I said earlier, of, you know, examining all the layers of what you are feeling, what you're going through, and seeing what needs to be changed, and not being hard on yourself, or not being like, oh, I should have known this, or whatever stories we tell ourselves. It's, you know, it's just, be gentle, be kind to yourself. It's fundamental for you to, you know, water your own garden and let yourself bloom, versus pulling out the plants randomly to, because you're in a tizzy or something. So just, you know, it's going back to that discipline, examining what you need to do, and then following through with it, taking care of yourself. And, you know, and that's your body and your mind, you know, not to be too harsh on yourself. Then we have the clear, cancel, and release card, and I pulled this card for guidance. And I think for this card we also got the Nine of Swords. I'm going to try to hold all of it. Nine of Swords, Two of Wands, and the Five of Swords. So with this card, I think it's funny that we got 3 cards. Or, you know, it's just how spirit likes to work. So I'm going to read it as the Nine of Swords. All that anxiety that you're feeling, all those thoughts, all that worry, you're going to have to clear it. You can even apply it to clear, cancel, and release that. When these ideas come up, you can do, when you start going about in that story that just goes around and around in your head, you can just do the same action as this angel, or ask the angels to clear and cancel these negative thoughts. You know, I also feel like there's a bit of waiting for something better, something else to happen. And I think this card is also asking you to, what actions can you take, and where can you start, or where can you start taking action, and then what actions are you doing that are not really helping you. And then, you know, another Five of Swords, just releasing these negative thoughts, or these patterns that you are doing, or have, or habits that you do, you know, that you know aren't quite good for you, or to start releasing them. So I'm gonna put that one down. And then we have the cut the cords. So I feel like this is a new moon, so we're going to we'll call in something for a new moon, but I feel like we also need to let go of stuff. And I feel like one, we're at the end of the year, or, you know, our new year is January 1st, so that's not very far away. And then we have the energetic new year, where, you know, astrology starts, which is basically spring in April. So this is bringing this idea to me of, like, one, relations, two, habits. It's also making me think of actions that you take that aren't quite healthy, or habits that you have that are not quite healthy. We all have them. It's, you know, some of them are okay, and some, you know, some you need to get through the day and whatnot. But there's others that go border, or cross that borderline of being unhealthy. So I think it's definitely, releasing and letting those things go. And with that, I think there's going to be some internal searching. Maybe you have to examine that, and that's kind of what Scorpio season's here for, is for you to really go inside. This is a Virgo card, but I think it is, you know, you have to, one, go into that layer of what's coming to mind as I'm thinking of this is I heard, I think it was Spirit Crumbs Andrea. She talked about how the Scorpio is like on the ground and very reactive, and quick to sting. And it's like, you have to kind of not um, not be so reactive with these cuttings of the cords, and to go within and see clearly, see what you need. Because like I said before, with the relationships, they start internally. It's like, take care of your internal garden versus trying to tend to others, And then we have the Chariot, which is also Cancer card. That movement, that, take these, whatever comes up with this, and start putting them in action, start making them move, or start making the move and going forward. And, but based off of what your soul, your heart, your body needs. And it just keeps coming up as like in your garden, you are what you need to take care of. And then we have the Six of Cups, so that's usually like a nostalgia card. It's also like going from past to present, and maybe these are things that you have to examine that have been happening over the last few years, and they're not so recent as, or okay, this just came in. So maybe it's something that happened in the past, but lately has been revisited, and you kind of maybe not dealt with it, and now you got to deal with it finally. You gotta. This is why it's coming back, because you didn't finish in the beginning. And then we have the World card. So, that just feels like finishing, completing, and I would never say, you know, I wouldn't. Ugh. One, I feel like this is a finishing or a starting, and it's also feeling like the Ouroboros, the snake eating the its own tail, or the snake with its tail in its mouth, however you want to put it, which is kind of how Scorpio's season is feeling to me. It's feeling like shedding those layers that you no longer need, shedding that skin, and becoming new. And Scorpio actually has 3 phases. So Scorpio is like that base layer of the scorpion, or and then there's the phoenix, which is the rebirth, and then the eagle, which is the clarity. So it's like maybe on these things we have to re-examine or go through those cycles until we're actually at that eagle level of like, okay, I'm not so attached to this, I see it clearly, I see what is happening, and I can move forward and complete this. And I really hope that we all, me included, is capable of doing these things in with this new moon and in Scorpio season. Okay, so I think I have everything with the cards. It feels like a lot, so hopefully you guys are good with that. And then we'll go ahead and go into the energy clearing. My dogs have been very good, so hopefully they do not bark mid mid whatever we're going to do in the next few minutes. So I'm hoping. Okay, so make yourself comfortable. We'll do the energy clearing first, and you can close your eyes. I close my eyes. Just however you feel comfortable. We're going to take a few. We'll take 3 deep breaths, and I'll help count them out. We'll inhale, hold, and then exhale. We're going to inhale, hold, and then exhale. We're going to inhale, hold, and then exhale. We ask Archangel Michael to step into our right, creating a bubble of protection, bringing his blue flames with him to help clear our energy, asking him for strength and courage on our journey. Thank you. Next, we ask Archangel Gabriel to step in. You may feel her loving light play upon you. She brings us love and guidance and strength. And joy. Thank you. We ask Archangel Uriel to step in front of us, letting his red flames wash over us. He is asking for us to release any thoughts that we want to give to him, and just let our thoughts or feelings, whatever you want to release to him, into his flames. We ask for clarity and guidance and illumination upon our path. Thank you, Archangel Uriel. Next, we ask Archangel Raphael to step behind us. He brings emerald green light dancing around us, clearing our energy. His light fills the little cracks that we have, our little wounds, our big wounds, providing us healing and love. We feel our feet on the floor, and we feel the earth reach up and hold us. As she always does, giving her strength, nourishment. You can return the love if you wish. And we connect to the divine light above us, allowing it to touch our forehead, filling our bodies, forehead, head, ears, mouth, throat, chest, arms, abdomen, hips, legs, and toes, filling our light, filling our body, lighten. Just release anything that you no longer need. If they offer you anything, you can accept it, if you choose. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. I will count them out. We're going to inhale, hold, and then exhale. Inhale, hold, and then exhale. We're going to inhale, hold, and then exhale. Your scenery is going to change to wherever you want to be. It can be a woodland, it could be a beach, it could be the jungle, wherever you feel safe. And as that changes, you're going to hear water. You're going to follow it. Using your senses, you smell, feel, see. And as you follow the water sound, you're going to find a cave. And you're going to enter the cave. And you're going to see a little stream of water, and you're going to follow it. And the cave is going to be filled with crystals, illuminating your path. And you're going to follow the water and the crystals. And it's going to lead you to a grotto. And you can sit by the water's edge, or you can enter the water. Whichever you want. But as you look at the water, you're going to see reflected yourself. And as you watch the water, you're going to watch like a movie of all the things that you're working towards and trying to manifest with this new moon. And it might not be this cycle. This might be a step, but you're going to see the goal. And we're just going to sit here for a few breaths, watching the movie, knowing that it is possible and you are working towards it. Feel it with all your senses. We'll take a few more breaths. And when you're ready, you can exit the water if you got in, or you can start exiting the cave, following the water back, following the crystals. And when you exit the cave, you're going to get like a little drop of rain on your forehead, on your face. Clarity. Feel the light. And when you're ready, you can bring gentle movement to your body and return back. Alright, well, thank you for joining me for this new moon. I really hope you were able to receive something from the either messages or the cards or the visualization or the clearing. And I am very thankful for everyone who showed up, and I am proud and glad, for yourself and for me too, since I've been doing these. I've personally felt some growth. And if you are celebrating a birthday, happy birthday, enjoy or celebrate or find something to celebrate for this week. And thank you. You guys have a good week, and I will see you in, I guess, next week for the week ahead predictions. Thank you.